Hey, thanks for watching my video. Today we are going to remove and install the rear wheel on a Honda Africa Twin. First thing we're going to do is remove the rear axle nut. If you haven't experienced a Honda Africa Twin, you really need to check one out. These are pretty cool bikes. I am not much of an adventure rider. I don't do a lot of it, but the bikes are pretty cool. So with the nut removed, over on the left hand side we're going to pull the axle out, then we're going to grab the chain, flip the chain over the swing arm, and then we're going to pull the caliper all the way to the back position and then lower the wheel down to the ground, and it will slide right past the caliper, and you don't have to worry about scratching the wheel on that one. Then grab your spacer, throw your spacer on the ground next to the right side of the bike, and then put the right side of the wheel on the ground, remove your sprocket and the cush drive, and then once we got the new rubber on, we're going to go ahead and put the cush drive back into the left side of the wheel. With the cush drive in place, we're going to drop our sprocket down onto the wheel and then force it down into place. Now we have a spacer in this sprocket carrier, so we want to go ahead and remove that spacer, clean it off, and put a fresh coat of grease in there. I am using Lubramatic marine grease. And then we're going to roll the wheel back into the swing arm, and we're just going to leave it just resting there because we need to go ahead and add some grease to the right side in the bearing seal. So we want to put some Lubramatic marine grease on that seal and clean off the spacer and install our spacer back into the wheel. Then we're going to grab our axle. This is the first time the bike's been apart, so it still has factory axle grease on it, or grease on it, whatever they put on in the factory. So we're going to clean that off, and then we're going to put a light coat of Lubramatic marine grease. And the reason we're using marine grease is we just want to lubricate, protect everything. We're not really lubing it because the wheel turns on the bearings, not on the axle. The wheel just rides on the axle, but nothing's really turning on the axle. We grease the axle to make it easier to come out next time. So in case you're wondering why I'm having issues, I do have a broken foot. My left foot is broken, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to work this wheel back into place, but bear with me. It's painful to watch, but it's not nearly as painful as what my foot feels like with this tire resting on it. But once we get everything pushed forward and kind of in alignment, then we can put our chain back on top of the sprocket and at least get that part of it done, slowly but surely. And I probably could have cut some of this out, but if you're watching this, this might be some of the troubles that you're having when you put the wheel on. You can tell that the wheel's kind of cockeyed there and it's not in perfect alignment. Then we just need to get the chain on. That chain guard's really in the way when it comes to getting the chain on. Typically I just put the chain on the top of the sprocket and spin it. On this one I put the chain on the bottom of the sprocket and spun it to get it lined up. So it's pretty well lined up right now. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the axle and push the axle through. And once the axle goes in, you'll see that the bike's it's pretty lined up right there. So I got lucky. The caliper bracket and the wheel were lined up fairly well. And then we want to pull the wheel back, put our spacer. Always check your spacer. You can see where the adjuster screw rests on the spacer, and that's the side that you want to touch the adjuster screw again. It just makes it cleaner on the back of the bike for the owner. And then put your nut on, and then we're going to torque down this nut. So there's my handy dandy foot-pound torque wrench. And we're going to torque this thing down to Honda's specified torque. I do not give torque settings in my videos. I was able to easily find all the torque specs for this motorcycle just by doing a simple Google search, and you should be able to do the same. So once we have the rear wheel torqued, we want to inspect everything and make sure that those spacers are touching the adjuster screws. Then we want to give the rear wheel a nice spin and hit the brakes, and we are done. Thanks for watching.